Welcome to Sewing and Growing. As you can see, today I've already jumped right in. I found this men's puffer vest at one of my thrifty hangouts for $4.50. I'll be using a set of quilted pillowcases that I have at home to add some sleeves. Okay, so what I have done is simply taking an existing sleeve pattern from one of my mini jacket patterns and constructed it. First, I did measure the armhole of this jacket to ensure, I measured right in here to ensure that my sleeve pattern would be a good fit and that the shape of the curve of my sleeve is similar to the shape of the curve in my armhole. When you're working with these quilted pillowcases, sometimes it's a good idea to serge the entire perimeter of your piece after you cut it out to prevent fraying. The batting that's in between the fibers there sometimes kind of expand once that's open, and then the fabric starts to fray. So that's why I've done that. So I'm just going to go ahead and stitch the right sides of my sleeve together right here, and then I'm going to insert the sleeve. Okay, my sewing friends, so I have one sleeve inserted, and I will backtrack and show you all the method that I use to put this sleeve in. It is not a traditional sleeve construction method that I used. So for starters, as you can see, this sleeve has more of a shape like the baseball t-shirts that come into the neckline at an angle versus your traditional J-shaped sleeves. See? So this sleeve is shaped more like this, where traditionally I should have come in and cut this part out so that that sleeve would ease in. But I did not do that for a specific reason. I wanted to leave this padded area here to give me a built-in shoulder pad. It also works really well as a nice insertion point for additional padding. And that gives the shoulder a nice structured look without it being too bulky. So that worked out really, really well. That's just kind of something I came up with on the fly that initially was not my plan, but it did work out. Sometimes with these upcycles, you end up using non-conventional sewing methods in order to put these garments back together. I call it Frankensteining. So anyway, let me show you how I did it. I'll turn it back around. So this is the other sleeve. You can see how this is rounded at the top. So to start, I wanted to get a flat edge. So I folded that down, okay? And I took the center seam and I matched it to the shoulder seam. I matched the center seam of the sleeve to the shoulder seam, leaving about an inch, okay? So I'm taking it a lot higher than it really is, closer to the neckline. And then I just pin that on. Turn it back over. Now I'm going to be looking at this side to make sure and see I need to come higher. So let me do that again. That's better. Okay. sorry guys, there we go. All right, so now I'm just looking at this side to make sure that everything is going to be even. And so all I did was then I came and I took the underarm center of the sleeves and matched it to the underarm side seams of the jacket. And then I pin right sides together. I open up my seam here, pinning right sides together, matching at the seams. Now you will have to adjust your sewing machine so that it will accommodate these bulkier fabrics if you decide to use a puffer like I am. Plus this quilted pillowcase is already thick in layers. So you need a machine that can accommodate heavy duty fabrics to be able to do it this way. This is just giving you guys an idea for an upcycle. This isn't anything set in stone. So, okay, so then I actually clipped right here. I'm going to clip right here so I have something to turn. Okay, so that when I turn this under, I'm going to get rid of that and then turn it under like this and top stitch it all the way down. Do the same little clip in the back. Okay. Yes, now when I turn it on, I can turn it under and top stitch. So this is the back of the jacket, and all I'm going to do here, see this is already sewn right here because we did right sides together. Top's already sewn. Now where I have my little clip, that gives me room to just turn that under. And I'm just going to turn this under, pin, and then top stitch. Okay, I do have both sleeves sewn in now, but I must admit I feel like the method I used for applying these was a huge mistake, one that I would not recommend. I don't like the way this looks, and so I need to do some damage control to try to hide this. So this is where I have to press through and finish the project. Even though I don't like the way it's going, I'm not going to stop and scrap this and put it in a bin somewhere and not work it out. And so that's the way life is. We learn to adjust, adapt, and make the most of what we have available to us. So I started looking through my stash of trims because I figured one way to address this is to add some trim here. And I think that will help it look a lot more crisp. And since this mint color was already in the pillowcase and I had some mint bias tape, thank God, I think I'm going to try my hand at this. What I should have done is brought this all the way up to the neckline instead of stopping right here. That was my mistake. And so yeah, I'm going to apply this bias tape and hope to God that that helps make it look a lot more finished. And then fortunately I have just enough left over to make a nice collar stand. So that is my plan. and I will make that, put that on, and hopefully that will help. And the next time you see this, I'm going to have it styled with something that exists in my closet. Fingers crossed.